Okay. Hi, everyone. How are you? How are you? How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you for being here. And as always, for being a part of our amazing, amazing, amazing soul family. I wanted to speak about refined vision. So, first of all, I have to say, if I am repeating myself this week, you will please forgive me. This is something that has been ongoing for me. So, I can't remember if I talked about it in another session, but needless to say, we all need to hear it again. So, let's play with it. Okay. So, I titled today's episode Refined Vision, right? Vision, as we know, is so incredibly important, as it is that which we create and cultivate so that we can have, let's say, a different outlook of something or a clarity on something, right? Have clarity with something. And so, a refined vision, I would like for each of us to kind of take a walk on the wild side and imagine a possibility through daydreaming that creates a different vision. Are you a daydreamer? Do you allow yourself to daydream? What does daydreaming mean to you? For example, I'll share with you. Um, you know, Oftentimes we get in our head a lot. And I know that for myself, I have been in my head a lot lately. And that mental chatter that happens in our head is usually filled with coulda, woulda, shoulda, do's and don'ts, rights and wrongs, and goods and bads, and all of those kinds of things. And while those are obviously a natural part of our lives, what we really want to be what we really want to be mindful of is how they actually distract us from actually being focused on creation and creativity, that thing that connects us to the creator. So I was having quite an anxious moment not too long ago, and I remembered the value. I asked the creator, like, what is the gift here? And the creator reminded me that it is daydreaming. Well, I shared this with a friend, and my friend said, "Oh, no, 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 that would give me too much anxiety. Daydreaming gives me even more anxiety," because for her, daydreaming meant crossing things off of a to-do list. That all of a sudden, the daydreaming had to then become about action, action, action. And what we want to really, really, really get into the habit of looking at is that daydreaming is not about creating action or action steps. Daydreaming is about allowing your mind to expand into realms of possibilities that are beyond logic, that are beyond reasoning, that are beyond justification and judgment. And so, as you refine your vision from being focused on the things that weigh you down, the to dos, the don'ts, the rights, and the wrongs, allow yourself to refine your vision into being in alignment with possibility. Now, I had the great, incredible blessing of joining Dr. Bruce Lipton on Thursday evening here in the Netherlands, in the Rotterdam, for an incredible lecture. He wrote an incredible book called The Biology of Belief. And he talks also about the theta brainwave and how the theta brainwave is the most powerful brainwave that we have. It is like a hypnotic brainwave. That's what this meditation is about every day. He says that the first 7 years of our lives are the most impactful in forming our subconscious beliefs. Most of our lives from 7 on is governed by the programs that we have in our subconscious mind. And so all of that we have decided that we learned from up until the age of 7, most of us are still operating from that point of view. So can you imagine? So then he offers to that the antidote, if you will, or the blessing of that, is the blessing that you get out of it is to use the prefrontal cortex of your brain, which is only 10% of your brain, which is your conscious thoughts. And what he's telling us is he's telling us that by using the frontal precortex of your brain, when you are focused on creativity, creation, daydreaming, that is how you change your actual life. Otherwise, you're stuck in the subconscious reactive system all the time, all the time, all the time, fixing, 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 fixing. And so I wanted to kind of share that as an eye-opening awareness for each and every one of us to kind of evaluate and look at is how can you let go of that reactive system that you've been functioning from since you were 7 years old? One of the other things he says that each and every one of you is doing is repetition. He said repetition, positive repetition and positive reinforcement can actually change the theta brainwave, can especially when you're in a theta brainwave, but can completely change and transform that. Right? So positive affirmations, doing these meditations. He even talked about receiving downloads, you guys. So everything that we are contributing here, even the repetition, showing up, getting in a theta brainwave, committing to reprogramming those programs is monumental, both in our mental health, but guess what? Also for our physical health. If you have never read Dr. Lipton's books, I highly recommend it. He wrote a book called The Biology of Belief that came out around 2005. Highly, highly recommend it. It's actually required reading to become a theta healing master. So I recommend his work. He has another one called The Honeymoon Effect, which is a whole nother subject. But let's dive into our meditation. You ready, Eddie? Let's do it. Let's close our eyes and let's find ourselves in our heart. And as we close our eyes and find ourselves in our heart, let's just become really, really, really present here today with what is available to us. To know that from this state, in this space, everything changes, everything transforms, everything ascends. So from this moment, just find this a moment of quietness, of solitude. And now focus your energy in the center of your heart. And as you focus your energy and your awareness into the center of your heart, let's begin by taking 3 deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And now let's shift our awareness to the center of the earth. And as we shift our awareness to the center of the earth, let's imagine this beautiful energy swirling around in the center of the earth. And from this space in the center of the earth, let's imagine this energy scooping up fresh earth energy, coming up through the soles of our feet, through our ankles, our calves, our knees, and our thighs, and traveling up through all of our chakras, and popping up outside the top of our head and forming a beautiful ball of light. Now switch your awareness into this ball of light, and imagine this ball of light traveling up out of the space that you're in, higher and higher and higher and faster and faster and faster. Imagine that ball of light lifting you up out past Earth's atmosphere, out into outer space, through different planets and galaxies in the Milky Way, and higher and higher and higher beyond there, out into different layers of light, some light and some dark. And through those layers, out into a beautiful golden-like light. And through the golden-like light, into a jelly-like substance light. And through the jelly-like substance light, into a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And through the law of compassion, you enter into the 7th plane of all that is, the plane of creation, of oneness, and of complete totality. Now, I want you to invite yourself to go a little bit deeper into your meditation today. See if you can feel that tingling sensation all over your body. As you do, you tap into the theta brainwave. And from here, we're accessing the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is the storehouse, the warehouse of our beliefs. When we change our beliefs, we change our reality. So let's see what we've got here today. Vision. So, would you like to know the creator's definition of vision? That you know the how to differentiate physical vision from metaphysical vision. If you'd like that, say yes. To know how to synonymize them both, to allow them both to be one, to allow your clarity, the vision that you see with your eyes, to be so connected to the vision of your imagination, the vision of your soul, the vision of your intuition. If you'd like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is in every single cell of your body to release yourself from the program that you have to use your mind to figure things out? And would you like to know that you are worthy of simply allowing your creativity to solve things in your life, to handle the problems, right? If we're really functioning from a point of view of consciousness, really truly, if we're functioning from the knowing of how powerful our consciousness is, then we're also incredibly aware that those things that we're creating in our reality, that we often call problems, puzzles, or things you have to figure out, we created them. Why did we create them? We created them oftentimes because of something that we are avoiding. And so, would you like to know what it feels like to see what it is you may be avoiding, or that which it is imperative that you learn in order to get yourself out of the fixing mode and into the being mode? If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like to know that there are certain aspects of your consciousness that are much more attuned to different vibrations than others? For example, I'll give you an example. I'm in quite a confrontational situation in my life with certain things in my life, um, bureaucratic things, so to speak. Confrontation is definitely not my strong suit. However, it happens to be a wonderful gift of my partner. And to know where my consciousness is best suited allows me to be so truthful and honest with myself that I am able to humbly ask for help and assistance in areas that another person's consciousness may be more attuned to. And so then too, you see how this beautiful, beautiful system of this world is that helps us to learn, to grow, and to transform from our spiritual lessons. So, who in your world and in your environment is aligned with a different frequency that would be a contribution to you when you were in collaboration with them? If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is to acknowledge that that does not make you a failure? It makes you even stronger, willing to ask for help, especially from those who you love, which are often the ones that we don't even invite into our lives to help us, right? They're there, they're waiting for us, but we have to ask. So everywhere that you've decided that it's too hard to ask, or that it's challenging to ask, especially those that you love, to really, really, really help you, to assist you, to support you. Everything that doesn't allow that, can we just destroy and uncreate it? And two, yes, I hear you guys intuitively saying, but yeah, but I've done that, but they say no. Well, that's okay. Everybody has free will. But their no is not contingent on whether or not you receive what it is you're asking for. Sometimes you have to go ask somebody else. Maybe that what you thought was a vibrational alignment for someone else is actually not. You know, it's said that Moses had to ask 500 people before he got the answer that was, before he got the help that he needed. 500 people. So, are you willing to ask for that which you require in your life to be a contribution? If you'd like that, say yes. Great. So let's shift our energy to those who require healing today. And as we do so, let's just hold a beautiful space. Let's just imagine them surrounded in the Creator's love and in the Creator's light. Imagine them happy, healthy, safe, and protected. So let's actually please continue to send healing to Allison's mother, Yehudit Bat Sarah, unconditional love and unconditional light. Let's also please send healing to Mayong, happy, healthy, safe, protected, unconditional love and light. Let's also please continue to send healing to Dana Bat Sarah, happy, healthy, safe, and protected. Really asking for a smooth and easy recovery. She had a very, very long surgery yesterday. She is out of her surgery and she is recovering. I just wanted to communicate that to you all. Let's also please send healing to Abraham, happy, healthy, safe, protected. And let's also please send healing to Michael, happy, healthy, safe, and protected. And let's also please send healing to G, happy, healthy, safe, protected. Also, let's send healing to Karmazina and also to Susie and to our sweet Ayo and to our mama Andrea. Let's also send healing to Anne, Ben, Polly, and Cassie. Happy, healthy, safe, and protected. Last but not least, would you like to know that you are unconditional love, that you be unconditional love, and that unconditional love is your birthright? If you like that, say yes. Now let's take our palms and rub our palms together. Faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Place your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you're ready, you can open up your eyes, allow that energy to come into your body and into your being. Place your hands on your heart. Congratulate yourself and thank yourself for being here, for being a part of our amazing soul family. I love you guys very much. Have a beautiful day and a miraculous day, and I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Ayo, thank you for being here, my love.